I'm learning Italian, and I had no base of Italian whatsoever. Um, and it was kind of so I started a new business this year, and we basically travel to Italy twice a year for a massive event that happens. And I went in May, and then I went in September, and a lot of our team across Europe are bilingual or more than bilingual, trilingual, is that a thing? And I was just like, okay, I can't be this English girl that comes back a third time and not not like be diving into more of the culture and not being able to speak more of the language. So I was like, right, help. Literally got back in September, started learning with Pat sort of straight away. So I think I've just done my 15th session, and I am completely blown away by how much Italian I'm speaking with him. It's is mental. It's amazing. Like, I'm creative and I have a creative brain anyway, so it's really cool for me to experience myself learning a completely different language. I'm learning a lot about conscious language and how to use language in new ways right now because I've gone on this whole learning experience. So my brain right now is like, what's happening? But yeah, the Italian is, I love it. I never thought I would enjoy it so much. He makes it so fun. It's like I drop into flow state and we just chat. And it's like, and then after 40 minutes, I'm like, huh, I just pretty much spoke Italian for 40 minutes. That's wild. So yeah, I'm loving it and I'm really excited. I go back to Italy in March, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how that goes. But I'm excited and yeah, really grateful to be learning it. So it's cool. Like, first of all, like in school, they don't teach you to like not get in the way of your thinking. So
The thing is that the standard, isn't it?
they're not like um teaching that you can, that like they're not promoting that self-belief, whereas obviously you promote so much self-belief. And by getting us to just chat away in the language, like regardless of the mistakes that we're making, um one, you're present, two, you're like kind of in flow state, and like you're always saying that, like it's just gonna drop into your brain quicker if you're doing it. Whereas at school it was just like so monotonously, you're just repeating stuff like he, she, they, like us, and it's just like this is the masculine, this is the feminine, and it was all very much like in a taught, like you're being taught something so creative in a left brain way, which makes absolutely zero sense. We should be taught it in a right brain way, and you teach it in a right brain way. So yeah, it's really absorbable. The other thing about that, like what you just said, Megan, is like you don't do any practice with speaking, and then all of a sudden they're like, right, you've got an oral exam, and you're just like, what? I don't actually know how
Yeah.
to communicate in the language. I just know how to like
Right.
write it and
Yeah.
um read it. But yeah, so it's just really good to like jump straight in. It's like you're getting out of the comfort zone straight away. And then it's fun without being overwhelming. In an oral exam, if they said something to you that was like unprepared, you would be like, oh, I haven't prepared for that. But with this, we're preparing for anything. And to like
Yeah.
work our way around any issues that come up. I really love how you teach when if like if you can't say something, you kind of make us go round the subject and explain what you're trying to say to you in the language that we do have, so that we find another way around it rather than just I don't know. Something else, Pat, as well. Um, I really like how with language learning now, like exactly what Tony said, like we want to do it now. Before, it was something that we were expected to do. And then in that situation, we don't have a why. So when we don't have a why and we're learning something, we're so much less likely to actually put the effort in and be present with it when we're learning. But when we all have a why and a reason for doing it, then it just potentizes the whole process. And also, going back to the problem solving thing again as well, like this is not just problem solving for this subject. Like when you're learning to problem solve, it's like such a transferable skill, and like there's enough problems, right? So learning to solve them and learning how to get around that thinking and learning how to not think, okay, problem, it like learning how to think, okay, how do I deal with this problem instead? It's such a powerful skill, especially right now, especially when we're taking things into our own hands more these days and like trying to get around things, and but yeah, so that's been really beneficial for me, and it's also really supporting everything else that I'm learning and doing at this point in my life. So it just feels really aligned for me. And yeah, I'm just really grateful. And after hearing you guys all say about how you've actually been like using the language with people who are from like France or Spain, like I haven't used my Italian on anyone Italian yet. So I'm making me more excited when I go to Italy in March, and I'm going to be in a room full of like quite intimidating, like high earning entrepreneurs, and I'm just gonna go for it. So yeah, this is making me more excited to not be scared to just go for it. So thank you. Any like golden to like obviously we know how good like your teaching methods are, but like when we're all here talking about it, it just makes it like drop in even more, like how you're saying this is the difference, isn't it? Like this is really the difference between learning this at school by someone who's just been taught to regurgitate stuff out, and the difference between someone who actually understands language at like the root level, and also understands how to communicate with people, and also understands like not just vocal cues, but like reading the person, and like you can't really get away with anything when you're having a conversation with Pat, because he's so aware of you like totally. So it's if we can learn how to communicate in a different language with you, then we're going to be able to communicate with other people, because they're not going to have the same awareness as you. So actually like we're really being set up so well. Yeah, it's amazing. And also on the whole like mistake thing, I remember one lesson I said like Felice and facile are quite similar, so one is happy and one is easy, and I like luckily only said it to you, but I know I'm never going to say to any Italians I'm easy. So like I'm grateful for that mistake, because no, I'm not going to make that mistake in a room full of Italian entrepreneurs. So yeah, like, and now I know the difference between those words. So yeah, it is good. And like yeah, you're right, you don't get applauded for making mistakes at school, which is just I mean just one of the many problems, isn't it, with the whole school curriculum. Yeah, thank you. I'm so grateful to be learning. It's like just changing my world along with a lot of other things I'm doing right now. So yeah, it's epic.